Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Los Angeles Lakers. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Jusuf Nurkic.
You know, a trend like this isn't going to please the coach or the front office. He's been a little more focused on other parts of his game, and rebounding is something he needs to put more emphasis on. And I'm sure they've talked to him about it.
Here are the five for the Lakers. Jimmy Butler out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Richardson in at the 2. And for Utah, we've got Bailey, Walker Kessler out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's George, and it's Markkanen in at the 3 spot. Well, as we approach the halfway point of the season, how hard is it for the top teams to keep their foot on the gas pedal?
Sustaining excellence and playing winning basketball over the long season really requires great concentration. But the truly great teams find a way to get it done.
No good on the triple. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him, how do you plan to deal with Luka Doncic? He laughed and said, I think that's a question the entire league is asking. Luka is amazing. He's been a superstar from day one, and what impresses me the most is his poise. Nothing seems to get to him. Back to you, BA.
Thanks for that, Allie. George scanning the floor. It's Anderson on the wing. They double him with Curry. Anderson passes to George. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Richardson against Markkanen. Clark, last season, the Lakers reached 50 wins for the 34th time in franchise history. An incredible number.
Yeah, that's a big-time number, and only the Celtics have more 50-plus win seasons with 37 total, and I think the difference in championships is between these two franchises, the Celtics with 18 and the Lakers with 17. Consistent greatness for both franchises, clearly. Two pillars of the league.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans. All-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down-shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry. Appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. George against Curry. George, good. George has got 5 now.
Wow, Keontae George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
And a deep 3 from Curry. And another 3 for the Lakers.
They've missed just 1 of 5 shots so far. I like the look of this offense.
George passes to Kessler. Back to George. Pass to Markkanen. And here's Kessler. Checked by Davis. Clock at 4. George. And it's blocked by Davis.
Davis showing you with that swat, he is always a Defensive Player of the Year caliber candidate.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Here's George. Following the score by Los Angeles. It's Markkanen on the wing. Launches it. He's off on that one. The Lakers lead by 9. Now Los Angeles moving it up. And Butler the bucket on the assist by Curry.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
All right, fans, I want everyone here in the arena to get on up in the seats and make some noise for your
And the latest power power rankings. We're still in December, but we are starting to see things take shape in the NBA. You take a look at New York, they've come down in the rankings a little, landing in the 5th spot for now.
Seeing where Los Angeles is, they've won 4 straight, some impressive victories, putting the league on notice. They're playing with tremendous confidence.
Now here's George. In the game against Denver, very impressive.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Right side Davis. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center. And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
He's off on the second. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's George. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul. Hachimura's checked in for the Lakers.
Now into the lineup for the Lakers, number 28, Rui Hachimura.
On defense, Los Angeles. 10-point lead. It's Anderson on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And finished off by Anderson.
They call him slow-mo. That dunk from Anderson was anything but slow-mo. That was power-mo.
The 3. And it's Doncic missing.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Markkanen misses.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Here's Davis, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Davis has gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Nice shot by George.
He's trying to carry them back into this game. He's absolutely feeling it this quarter.
Curry with it. He had 25 points in his last game. Stolen by Kessler. Fast break Utah. Ahead. Here's Markkanen. And they recover it. Anderson finds Markkanen. Now here's George. Utah moving the ball around. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. George has got 13.
He got right into the flow of this game, hitting 5 of his first 7 shots.
Pass to Davis. George against Curry. And Doncic puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. 6 points for him.
And excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
Really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Curry, he's checked in for Luka Doncic.
Number 30.
And a moment to check and see who is in the lead when it comes to blocks. Well, you look at Kessler, a remarkable defender, 2nd in the NBA. And, of course, Anthony Davis.
They're premier shot blockers, and they do it with instincts as much as length and athleticism.
Markkanen with it, guarded by Richardson. Pass to Kessler, now Anderson. And here's Bailey for 3, and the 3-pointer goes.
Well, Bailey is a shot-making machine, particularly off the catch at this stage.
Curry passes to Curry. Stolen. Fast break Utah. Pass to George. Now Kessler. Here's Bailey. He's covered by Curry. Puts it up from 12. Rebound by the Lakers.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. And they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Outside, Anderson. Back to George. Here's the three. Davis with a rebound. And Curry's got the ball here for the Lakers. 7-point differential. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Atlanta.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you, Brian. The Lakers are always thinking title. Coach J.J. Redick said, everything I've ever done in this sport has been crystallized into how can I win a championship? I got close as a college player and as an NBA player. My hope and goal is to bring the Lakers their 18th NBA championship as head coach. Brian?
Eyes on the prize. Okay, Allie, good stuff. To the inside, Anderson. Curry with the block. Here's Hachimura. Rebounded by Bailey.
Working from medium range, he was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. Needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guys. A line change here for Utah. And then for Los Angeles, DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Davis. And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Jimmy Butler's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Richardson comes in for Reeves. Luka Doncic is checked in for Hachimura. And it's Curry in for Curry. Collier and Bailey man the backcourt. Kyle Anderson is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Kessler in at the 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Now here's Anderson. He has 6. Kessler up top. Butler covering. Markkanen, the pass to Bailey. For 3, Collier knocks down the long K. Collier's got his second bucket of the night.
He just showed us why they need to respect his shot.
Outside Curry. Pass to Richardson. And there's the screen. Over Markkanen. Richardson, no good. Jazz trail by 19. Here's Bailey. 7 points in the game. Collier, no good.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Butler, good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Collier, no good.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Curry passes to Doncic. Off target with the 3.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
And while we have a moment, let's see some of the contenders for this year's three-point contest. Some of the players who have a shot to make the final cut.
Hey, not a bad list of shooters at all. And really, with how many threes we see in NBA games these days, some of these games have become three-point contests.
You take a look at Richardson. He's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now, but this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
Pass to Bailey. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Anderson for 3. Hauled in by Curry. Curry's got 4 rebounds now. Curry surveys. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
and just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Lakers.
The ball goes to Los Angeles.
And let's take a look now at some numbers for Anthony Davis.
And he's a little less of a go-to guy for their offense now, at least compared to earlier on in the season. You can see his usage percentage is slumping over the last 5 games. Hopefully he can be more involved tonight.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Curry. Outside Richardson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got his 7th assist here tonight.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Here's Bailey. Coming off a 16-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. Fires hitting the triple.
A confident answer from Bailey, the rookie wanting to prove he can hang.
Los Angeles leading by 23. And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
You're losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
Now here's Curry. 10 points for him. Here's Butler. Again, Los Angeles.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And the Jazz call time here. Davis, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Doncic comes in for Anthony Edwards.
Substitution for Los
And here's who's been leading the league in rebounding over the past month. Second is Anthony Davis.
He's just been incredible on the boards over the last month of the season. He's a guy who plays with such desire.
And so it's Utah with it. Following this game, they host the Magic. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
They're still looking for his first bucket. You can't put all their struggles on him tonight, but he's been brutal.
And Davis slams it home.
One of the dominant dunkers in the league. Davis can put on the show in there.
George, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Lakers?
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Doncic left side, shoots over Bailey. And it's Doncic missing. Utah shooting just 32% here in the second. Up top, George. 16 points for him. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 7 from 3 during the second quarter.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Markkanen. 13 points in the win against Denver. It's George on the wing. Buries it from 3. George has got 19 points.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
The 3 from Curry, and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. It's Los Angeles just dominating this one. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Utah Jazz.
You can't stop anybody, you can't win. It's just that simple.
Yeah, the game's been completely one-sided, and we promised our viewers a good contest. Next on the docket, power rankings. Fellas, let's see which teams are jostling for those top spots.
You look at the Jazz, I think we know at this point how good this team can be, and that is not very good, Ernie.
Look at Kenny over here reading like a third grader. Hard to disagree, but this team is bunk.
Wow.
Bunk?
I said it, bunk.
Bunk? Hey, define bunk.
It's a dunk, but a bad dunk. Bunk.
Ooh.
Thanks as always for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. You gotta like what Keyonte George has done in this one.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him, body him up, be physical with him.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting 40% so far in this one. Second half underway. Here's who J.J. Redick's got on the floor. We've got Butler. He's out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Curry in at the one. Now the Lakers moving it up for the finish. And Doncic with the jam.
Doncic giving you the full package. Superstar for sure.
Doncic has gone 6 of 13 shooting tonight from the field. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, B.A., you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
That's tipped, and he recovers it. Outside, Anderson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Curry. Here's Butler. And he comes up with a bucket. Butler's got 8 points.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Here's George. He's got 19. And here's Bailey for 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. He's got 13.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
And he drives in. Rebounded by Butler.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
George against Butler. George passes to Anderson. Markkanen with a screen on Richardson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul, first team.
You know, one of the things about Kyle Anderson that's so valuable is his versatility. I mean, he's somebody this team can rely on to chip in and make a difference out there in a lot of different categories.
The free throw drops for Anderson. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. Curry passes to Davis. Richardson against Markkanen. Doncic on the wing. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey's got 4 rebounds in the game. Well, Clark, the Luka trade is perhaps the most shocking in NBA history. What was your initial reaction?
Oh, I was surprised, just like everybody else, B.A. I don't know anybody who wasn't surprised about it. You think about Luka and how he has produced in his time in the NBA. He appeared to be the face of the franchise for the Mavericks. But apparently there was some concern about his defensive effort and also perhaps his conditioning level not being where it needed to be for him to continue to play at the level he's been playing at.
The Jazz have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Here's George. Rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now a timeout called by Utah. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at Los Angeles, currently 7th in the conference, hoping to string together some more wins. And of course, there's Utah. Quite a bit of space between these two. Now here's George. He's got 19. They double him with Curry. And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here. Now here's George. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Just 5 to shoot. Anderson for 3. Hauled in by Curry. The Lakers have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Pass to Davis. Back to Curry. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
Great feed from Davis, a big guy with nice vision.
And here's George. They'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Now Anderson. Pass to Kessler. And he banks in the layup.
A nice assist by Kyle Anderson. Slow-mo, they call him. That's one of his specialties, dropping dime.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back to you.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Doncic, no good.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
To the middle. And finished off by Kessler.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh?
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Now here's Curry. He's got 14. Pass to Richardson. Back to Curry. Butler, a screen on George. Curry from deep three-point land. The rebound by the Jazz.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Sinks it from distance.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him. He's been doing some real damage from range. 2 threes in the first half, now 1 in the second.
George passes to Bailey. Here's Anderson. Markkanen with a screen on Butler to the paint. And there's Kessler on the assist by Anderson. Anderson's got 6 assists in the game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Curry. 17 points in the game.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Utah moving the ball around. Markkanen for 3. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Here's Bailey. He's got 13. Down low. Here's Kessler. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second team foul.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
How great have they been? I mean, shooting the ball from outside.
The Jazz making a switch here. Filipowski's checked in, and Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Davis, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Richardson comes in for Anthony Edwards. Luka Doncic is checked in for Irving. And it's Curry in for Curry.
This has been a tough quarter for him and a challenging game for this team.
The three from Curry. Curry with another miss.
He just keeps firing away from distance. I know he's trying to get himself heated up, but at what cost?
Plenty of daylight on that shot. George has got 21.
Well, it took him 6 attempts, but he finally knocks one down.
Here's Doncic. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Here's Collier, guarded by Doncic. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. He shot 2 free throws in the game. He's made one and missed one. First one falls for him. Nurkic is checked in for Bailey. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. A different look for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Lauri Markkanen comes in for Filipowski. And Bailey subbed in for Collier. And a new group getting ready for the Lakers. Davis, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Jimmy Butler comes in for Hachimura. Luka Doncic is checked in for Reeves. And it's Curry in for Stephen Curry. Keontae George out there with Bailey. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then it's Walker Kessler. And it's Markkanen, and it's the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Pass to Kessler. It's stolen by Curry. Now Doncic is guarded by Markkanen. And Bailey gets it to go.
Yeah, this is how impactful Bailey can be. When he's cooking on offense, there's not a lot you can do to stop him.
Stolen by Kessler. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
He has certainly shot the ball well here, trying to lift his team up.
The Lakers lead by 19. Doncic finds Curry. Here's Butler. The Lakers with another miss. Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Now George. Pass to Bailey. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Butler's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Curry from deep three-point land. Rebound, Utah. Anderson's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Markkanen. Rebounded by Butler. Butler's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Jazz trail by 19. Markkanen, the pass to Bailey. Three-pointer, no good. The Lakers have gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far here in the fourth quarter. And Davis slams it home.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Outside, Anderson. Pass to George. They double him with Curry. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Doncic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Curry with it. Guarded now by George. That 3's off the mark.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Markkanen, the pass to Kessler. Tries the spin move. George spun in there, gave him a great move. George has got 23.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
Curry against George. Curry passes to Doncic. Outside Butler. 6 to shoot. The 3 from Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And while we have a moment here, let's take a look at our player of the game, someone who really took over and earned this award tonight.
You know, it's been a performance that every point guard shoots for. Orchestrating, keeping everybody else involved, creating easy baskets for your team. All of that done at a high level. You love playing with a guy who makes it happen like that.
Boy, it's not hard to be blown away by his level of play. It's never easy winning on the road, but to do it in this fashion, that's a special performance right there.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time some.
Floats one up, and the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. You know, it seems like there's much more competition at the big man spot than there used to be.
I think a lot of that is due to the way players are developed now, particularly the big guys. They come in now expected to handle the ball and shoot, and they've watched a number of their predecessors do that in the last couple of decades. Teams now want to have 4 or more shooters on the floor to put great pressure on the opposing defense. So where there used to be 2 spots available for big guys, now they're fighting over 1 spot.
Markkanen with a screen on Butler. Anderson passes to George. Utah with another miss.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
The Jazz shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Pass to Markkanen. And the shot goes in. Markkanen's got 11 points here in the second half.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
Curry passes to Doncic. Three-pointer. Davis. Great positioning on the putback. That gives him a double-double.
What determination on the boards. His work ethic really standing out right there. Well done by Davis.
Now here's Kessler. Back to George. Over Curry. George's shot is off.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Lakers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And as most people predicted, the defense, even though they were keying on him, had no answers for the Cobra.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today. Made great reads and distributed the ball accordingly.
And now the Jazz on the run in transition. The pull-up with the tip. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. Outside Curry. It's a three-pointer.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Jimmy, a strong finish to close it out. What was the difference?
Being a lot more aggressive. Obviously made some shots, but I think in the end we guarded well and we executed on offense and we made some shots.
It always comes down to great defense. Thanks, Jimmy.
Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, and time to present our player of the game.